many of you have absolutely bombed at those goals? I like to make affirmations to keep me motivated. Prosperity is mine in 2009. Love is divine in 2009. I will burn my behind in 2009. Contest master, Toastmasters, guests, I chose shine in 2009. Shine has three meanings. Shine has various meanings that reflect significant moments in my life.
Number one.
Okay. To polish smoothly and brightly. To emit light. To reflect light. My family. I grew up in a dysfunctional, alcoholic, verbally abusive family. I was lost, confused, disorganized, out of shape. I was an absolute train wreck. But I decided I could solve my problems if I left the country. So I joined the military. I told my family and they were absolutely shocked. My brother's response was, dude, how are you going to pass the drug test? My parents' response was, you'll fail, you'll get kicked out, and you'll mess up your hair. My first day at boot camp, my commander took one look at me and said, Jiminy Crickets! Oh, God.
What do these at me? Keep going, keep going.
Jiminy Crickets! Who's blah, 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 blah.
Keep going.
Okay. You no longer belong to your family. You now belong to Uncle Sam's family. And the first thing we're going to do is get rid of all that wild hair. And that was the beginning of my transformation. I went through vigorous obstacles on my journey. I remember one obstacle where I was told to go into a dark, smoke-filled room and put out the fire. I halted and I started crying and I said, I can't do it. I'm scared. I'll fail. Red, you will not fail. I will not allow you to fail. And through his guidance, I succeeded. And it's because of these military experiences that the military took this awful, disgusting person and polished off the tarnished, rough edges and made me shine brightly. Well, I left the military and decided to move closer to my family. I got involved in endurance sports, and I heard about an event in San Francisco where you could swim from Alcatraz Island into San Francisco. The conditions were gray and foggy. The water was extremely cold, and the current could pull you out to sea. Well, that just sounded delightful. It took me 3 years to train and to save up the money to go on this event. 6 months before the event, I started getting calls from my family. You won't make it, you'll fail, and you're going to mess up your hair. Well, I dove into training, and I swam, and I swam, and I met others who had done the event for guidance, and I swam. 3 months before the event, I get a call. Your father got another DUI, and you're just going to have to cancel your vacation and take your money and bail him out. No. I have gone too far. The night before the event, I get another call from my mother. You know when to quit, don't you? You know when to quit? Yes, Mother, I know when to quit. When I cross that finish line. The day of the event, the race director says, "These are the worst race conditions I've ever seen in years. The visibility is just bad and the water is just a boiling chalk. But we're going to keep going." So we get on the ferry and the ride to Alcatraz is just chopping and we're all moving side to side. As we're about to start the race, the director says, "Now, you're not going to be able to see San Francisco. Just swim to the light. Swim to the light." And as it was my turn to jump off, I looked up at the foggy sky and I jumped. Woo! Actually, underwater, it's more like. And in the water, it was cold. I could barely see. I couldn't see anything. But I could see light. I could see light on the air bubbles around me. So I reached up and followed the air bubbles and gasped for air and started swimming. And as I was swimming, I was getting kicked by other swimmers. And the currents were hitting me in the head. And I could hear a voice, "You will fail. You will fail." But I heard another voice, "Red, you will not fail." And I kept swimming. And I kept swimming towards the light. I wouldn't let go. And as I got closer, the current was pulling me out. But I would not give up. But I kept swimming. And I arrived to the shoreline. And I knew I had finished my goal. After I finished the swim, I mingled with other swimmers and watched others finish as well. Thank you. I watched others finish as well. And we encouraged those who were still in the water by yelling, "Shark!" We were just kidding. But I met another swimmer who was lost during the swim. He could not see the light. And he had that voice in his head that told him that he would fail. But he saw another swimmer. He saw a swimmer. He saw the light hitting a swimmer's arm. So he followed that swimmer to shore. That swimmer became his guide to success. I was that swimmer. I was his beacon of light. So if you feel that you're ever caught in the darkness, caught in tumultuous waters, look for the light, because the light will polish up your flaws, allow you to see clearly, and be a light to others. Thank you.